Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today we're going to look at how to transform messy, chaotic information into crystal clear visual stories. Whether you're tracking your daily habits or counting inventory in a store, data is literally everywhere. But raw data, it can be a massive headache. So today, we're diving straight into Chapter 15, Data Through Pictures. We're focusing purely on the core concepts here. So by the end of this, you'll know exactly how to make your data speak clearly and powerfully. Let's jump right in. Picture this for a second. You asked 30 of your friends a simple question, and they all shout out their answers at exactly the same time. You're frantically scrambling to write down all these numbers on a blank piece of paper, and when the dust settles, you're just left staring at this giant, confusing list of random digits. How on earth do you make sense of that? How do you find the actual story hidden inside all that noise? Well, that is the core problem of information overload, and it's exactly what we're going to solve today. Here's our quick roadmap for today. We're going to cover 1, the chaos of numbers, 2, drawing the data, 3, the power of scale, 4, upgrading to bar graphs, and finally 5, telling your data story. Let's get to it. Section 1, the chaos of numbers, taming raw data. To really see this in action, let's pull from the source material and meet two curious kids, Samira and Kabir. They decided it'd be super fun to act like TV reporters for a day. So armed with a notepad and this little makeshift microphone, they ran around asking their friends one simple question. How many hours a day do you spend watching TV? Well, they ended up collecting data from 35 different friends. And the result? A total chaotic jumble of speech bubbles. I mean, look at it. You've got 1 hour, half an hour, 2.5 hours, just scattered everywhere. If I ask you right now, hey, do most kids watch 1 hour or 2 hours? There is no way you can tell me quickly. Your eyes have to dart all over the place, counting them one by one. It's exhausting, right? So, the absolutely crucial first step is organizing all this chaos. Samira and Kabir did exactly that by creating a simple table. Look at how much cleaner this is. On the left, we've got the number of hours spent watching TV. Half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, you get the idea. And on the right, the number of children who gave that specific answer. Suddenly, those messy bubbles are just gone. We have structure. Tables really are that foundational first step in taming wild data. Section 2, drawing the data, visualizing numbers. Okay, let's bring in a new character from our source material, Joseph Uncle. He's a store owner, and he needs to take stock of all his play items before the summer break. We're talking toys, board games, sports equipment, the whole shebang. He has the numbers jotted down, but he really wants a visual, intuitive method, because honestly, staring at a plain, boring table of digits just isn't cutting it for him. His brilliant solution? A pictograph. And a pictograph is exactly what it sounds like. It's recording and showing data using pictures or icons. So instead of writing the number 4, you literally just draw 4 pictures of a toy. It completely bridges that gap between abstract numbers and the real physical objects they represent. It makes the data instantly recognizable. Section 3, the power of scale, simplifying icons. But wait, here's the snag. Joseph Uncle quickly realizes he has way too many items in his shop. It is incredibly tedious to make a picture for every single item. I mean, think about it. If he has 50 board games, drawing 50 separate little board game icons would take all day. The whole point of visual data is to save time, not create a bunch of extra work for yourself. Enter the second major solution of our chapter, a super clever shortcut introduced by a character named Dipesh. It's called a scale. A scale lets you record a massive amount of things using way fewer icons. So instead of one drawing equaling one object, you assign a larger, specific number to that single icon. Let's see how this actually works. Check out this number, 5. By setting a scale where one single picture equals 5 toys, Joseph Uncle changes the game. If he needs to represent 15 toys, he doesn't draw 15 things. He only draws 3 pictures. This simple bit of math magic lets him easily record a huge store inventory with just a few neat drawings. It makes the pictograph incredibly compact and powerful. And the best part, this trick works for anything. The source material shows another character, Deepti, who wants to track the traffic passing her house over 3 days. She borrows this exact same superpower. She sets her scale so that one icon represents 3 two-wheelers. By doing that, she completely avoids having to draw dozens and dozens of vehicles. Her data stays perfectly clean and readable. Section 4, upgrading to bar graphs, a visual upgrade. Okay, Take a look at this table. Two friends, Raman and Sheila, decided to log how they spend their entire 24-hour day. This first visual is Raman's method. He went with a standard text-heavy table. Now, don't get me wrong, it definitely works, it's organized, but to figure out what he spends the absolute most time doing, you still have to read every single line, process the numbers, and compare them all in your head. It takes real mental effort. Then we have Sheila. She looks at Raman's table and realizes, okay, there has to be a faster way. She decides to take those exact same numbers and transform them into a visual story, a picture her brain can instantly process the second she looks at it. So she uses what we formally call a bar graph. A bar graph shows quantities using, you guessed it, bars. You have a horizontal base showing your different categories and a vertical line showing the actual numbers. The real magic here is that the physical height of the bar instantly tells your brain the quantity. You don't even have to read a single digit. Let's actually see Sheila's bar graph in action. Look at the horizontal base at the bottom. Sleeping, time in school, studying. Now look up at the vertical bars. Without even glancing at the numbers on the left, your eyes are immediately drawn to the tallest bar, right? You instantly know she spends most of her day sleeping, followed by school, followed by studying. The geometry of the graph is literally doing the thinking for you. Let's put them head to head. On the left, Raman's text-heavy table. On the right, Sheila's highly visual vertical bar graph. If I ask you right now, what is the longest activity? Which side gives you the answer faster? The right side, absolutely no contest. This perfectly illustrates why bar graphs are so superior for quick comprehension. They take data analysis and turn it from a reading chore into a simple, instant visual observation. Section 5. Telling your data story. Finding answers. When we finally put Raman and Sheila's data side by side in graph form, we can pull out amazing insights in seconds. Who sleeps more? A quick glance shows Sheila's sleeping bar is taller. Boom. Who spends more time in school? Raman's bar is taller there. Who studies more? Sheila again. We are literally reading the story of their daily lives just by comparing the heights of some colorful rectangles. It is incredibly efficient. The source material actually wraps up with an exercise analyzing a complex visual of children wearing caps, glasses, and backpacks. And it proves that when data is visually organized, determining what's true or false is a total breeze. Like, is it true some children wear both glasses and caps? Yes, you spot them instantly. Are all girls wearing glasses? False. A quick visual scan shuts that down. Are more than half wearing glasses? True. The visual layout lets you fact-check almost instantly. So look how far we've come. We went from messy bubbles of raw numbers to clean tables, scaled pictographs, and finally, these really powerful bar graphs. Now I want to leave you with a challenge straight from Chapter 15. Think about your own life. If you recorded your last 24 hours, sleeping, working, studying, eating, and you threw it all into a bar graph, what would your tallest bar be? What story would your own data tell? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope you never look at a pile of numbers the same way again. Catch you next time.